And that is where we begin this afternoon. An 85-year-old Columbus County man died after he fell off of a ladder while preparing his home for Hurricane Dorian.
Governor Roy Cooper says this is the state's first storm-related death. Our team is bringing you full coverage from coastal preparations to emergency operations to shelters housing evacuees.
First thing first, though, we want to begin with meteorologist Michelle Kennedy. Michelle, do we have a better idea of where this storm is headed now?
Well, certainly right now we are still in line to see the storm impact North Carolina directly along the North Carolina coast, possible landfall, and we are seeing that shift just to the west within the last 12 hours. So we're looking at this very closely to see if there's going to be an even farther shift to the west, or will it take it off the coast. So right now we do have a better idea that tomorrow morning at 8 a.m. this is going to graze the coast of South Carolina, impacting folks in Charleston, Beaufort, South Carolina, with some of the strongest winds that they'll see. And throughout the afternoon it travels north out through Georgetown, South Carolina, up through Myrtle Beach and Wilmington, possibly making a direct impact there by 8 o'clock tomorrow night with winds sustained around 100 miles an hour. That would still put this as a Category 2 storm. You can see some of our forecast models wrapping in the rain and some strong winds for folks in Greenville all the way to Raleigh. And we're looking at that track taking it north and east through Friday morning at 100-mile-an-hour winds. So still holding steady, they believe, through early morning up through Cape Hatteras and possibly making a direct impact inland somewhere along the North Carolina coastline as we get you north of New Bern. So looking at very heavy rains with this storm. Of course, we talked about that storm surge. You can see it right now, the rain really building in. We've got lots of moisture with this system. And even those showers are starting to pick up over southern parts of the Piedmont. We've got some light patchy tropical moisture coming in, and all of that converging with moisture that's trying to build in from our north and west. So those clouds building over Fayetteville, some outer tropical rain bands reaching folks there. We've got the showers, the thunderstorms, looking at the winds too. Gusts right now, not too bad along the coast because that wind field is limited. Most of that is off the coast. We've seen some 40, 50-mile-an-hour gusts out through areas of Jacksonville within the last few hours. That has started to drop south, but looking at the track, you can see the strongest winds still offshore by some 50, 60 miles. And then as it gets closer to shore, we're starting to see some of those tropical storm to hurricane force gusts trying to wrap out around the storm. So it will be later this evening that they start to see these tropical storm gusts increase along with some hurricane force gust winds closer to the time it gets to Charleston, South Carolina by tomorrow. Look at those wave heights. Pretty impressive out there right now. We'll talk more about the wind impacts we might even see inland. It's all coming up.
And Michelle's forecast truly says it all. The entire Carolina coastline is under a hurricane warning as Dorian heads our way.
Our Kenny Beck joining us live tonight in New Hanover County near Wrightsville Beach. Kenny, what are businesses doing now to heed this warning?
Well, Brandon, Talitha, good afternoon to both of you. It's a tricky situation here. Evacuation started at 8 o'clock this morning. We are just off of a drawbridge. That is the only way to get into or out of Wrightsville Beach. See a couple of cars headed eastbound. That is a rare sight because you have to be a Wrightsville Beach resident or a caregiver or have a special pass to go in that direction eastbound. We've seen many, many more cars going westbound today. Those are folks who either have business over here on the less flooded side or people who are evacuating, trying to get out of town and get out as quickly as they possibly can. That started at 8 o'clock this morning. That's the order for not only Wrightsville Beach, also Carolina Beach, Cure Beach, and Figure 8 Island. Spoke to a woman earlier today who we were trying to figure out, is she an evacuee? We saw her in her car. She had a couple of dogs with her, many cases of water and some bleach as well. I said, are you trying to get out of town? And she said, no, I actually own a business on Wrightsville Beach, so I live there, but the problem is my employees do not. So she's been shuttling people back and forth throughout the day. She says it's part of life, unfortunately, in this part of the country, particularly in this line of work.
It gets very tiring, especially since we had a bad one last year, and then yet 1 year later we're doing the same thing over again. We got lucky for a couple years, but it does get tiring. It's a lot of work to get it closed down and then on the back end to get it back open. So,
Given any thought to changing location?
No, not at all. I'm born and raised here. I can't leave.
And we actually saw her back over where our live shot is taking place right now just a few minutes ago, dropping off another employee. She's been shuttling them throughout the day today. A lot more to get to over the next couple of hours here. We heard from emergency management officials here in New Hanover County. We heard from the Wrightsville Police Chief. We're getting some real better idea of exactly what to expect here in the greater Wilmington, Wrightsville Beach area. We'll share some of that with you coming up a little bit later in this hour, as well as on WXII 12 News at 5 and 6. For now, Talitha and Brandon will send it back to you in the studio. Rain beginning to fall. This is nothing compared to what we are going to see tomorrow.
All right, Kenny Beck with a little perspective for us. Just like last year during Hurricane Florence, UNC Wilmington students have been forced to evacuate.
But fellow Greensboro College, UNC Greensboro, is lending a helping hand, and our Kirsten Gutierrez shows us how.
More than 50 students and staff from UNCW are staying here at the Kaplan Recreation Center, and they're being treated as honorary Spartans.
So anything that they need, we're providing to them, access to the dining hall and to other spaces on campus. We're treating them as our students.
UNCG's new visitors from the coast arrived Tuesday night.
Smooth ride, everything is so well set up, like things are provided beyond anything I could ever have wished for. I slept like a queen last night. It's been so good.
UNCG Emergency Management Director Zach Smith says the university is happy to provide shelter and a safe place for UNCW students.
Most of them are travel abroad students or those that may have family that live an extended distance and it just wasn't feasible for them to go home or seek shelter elsewhere.
Exchange student Linnea Nordquist says she's trying to remain positive and is hoping for the best.
I'm not a worried soul. I try not to think about it. It's like, it's nature's power. There's nothing we can do with it anyway or about it anyway. So I'm just trying to cope with it the best way possible.
This is UNCG's first time sheltering students from the storm, and it won't be their last. Smith says students and staff will be housed here at the Recreation Center for as long as needed. In Greensboro, Kirsten Gutierrez, WXI 12 News.
Big preparations are definitely underway across the board. The State Emergency Operations Center taking no chances with this storm.
Yeah, they have hundreds of members on standby ready to respond. And our Bill O'Neill got a chance to go inside of the facility, and he's giving us a closer look now.
Right now, inside the Emergency Operations Center, there are 400 people at work, keeping an eye on Dorian, ready to respond once it hits. Air operations controls everything that flies, a sort of air traffic control. It's commanded by the air boss. The air boss is what?
I would say I'm managing all the rotary wing and fixed wing aviation assets in response to the hurricane.
Colonel Harper says the unit assesses damaged levees and dams, supplies food and water to flood victims, and conducts rescue operations.
If it's somebody like standing on a roof on a trailer in the water, that's where we'll come and perform a search and rescue mission and get them out of there.
See on the screen behind me.
The state not only tracks flooding, it can predict where flooding will happen, even identify which local buildings will flood through a network of some 500 gauges across the state. And how is this valuable, especially now when we have a major storm like this?
Well, it helps us determine what areas potentially could be flooded, which roads are going to be flooded.
Volunteers make up a large part of the Emergency Operations Center. Groups like the North Carolina Baptists on Mission are prepared to help feed storm victims, clear debris, and even make repairs on damaged homes. How long have you been doing this?
Well, I've been with Baptist Men about 10 years, in this position about 12 months.
Gratifying, I would imagine?
Absolutely, absolutely. It's always good to serve the Lord and help people in need.
It's hard to estimate the cost of this operation, but a spokesman for emergency management says just yesterday, the state of North Carolina spent $2.5 million. In Raleigh, I'm Bill O'Neill, WXII 12 News.
Bill, thanks a lot. Right now you're looking live at Jacksonville Beach, Florida. You can see the cameras visibly shaking from the hurricane force winds. The waves starting to build from that storm surge as well. Right now Dorian is scraping the Florida coast, and as we patiently wait for the storm to turn and set its sight on the Carolinas, keeping a close eye on that.
What was once stunning islands are now scenes of widespread destruction. Take a look here. Hurricane Dorian blasted the northern Bahamas for 2 straight days. From catastrophic winds to relentless rains, it was the strongest storm ever to make landfall in the island nation. At least 7 people unfortunately lost their lives, including an 8-year-old. Authorities say that number is expected to rise, and right now volunteers are rushing in to rescue trapped residents and deliver much needed aid there. President Trump says that the federal government will offer aid.
We have numerous helicopters, and we're sending some people to give them a hand, and they need a big hand. What's going on over there is incredible. Few people have seen anything like that.
President Donald Trump has already green-lighted disaster declarations for Florida, Georgia, and the Carolinas.
So many people looking for help. Triad volunteers are doing all they can to help those in the Bahamas. Samaritan's Purse, which is based in Boone, is flying aid to the islands. A cargo plane took off from PTI Airport this morning, loaded with 35 tons of emergency shelter material, water filtration units, and a lot more supplies. A team of volunteers also on that flight to help with that recovery effort. Our team of meteorologists and reporters are keeping a close eye on Hurricane Dorian. They'll be providing live updates on the storm throughout the week on our Facebook page. You can also stay up to date on the storm by downloading our free WXII News app, and we can send you severe weather alerts too when storms move into your neighborhood.